Before we get started with the video today, guys, I want to let you viewers out there know that only a small fraction of you guys currently watching are actually subscribed to my channel, so make sure to smash that subscribe button for instant updates about videos that I release and other announcements, and also smash that like button to help my channel out. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool here, back with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that a lot of newer players and even some mid-game players have a lot of questions about. I see this question asked a lot in my comment section, and that question is, what should you do after Wyvern? Now, there are a lot of guides out there on, you guys have to get past Wyvern, right? Everyone has that Wyvern guide up. That's a YouTube content creator for Epic 7. But they don't really talk about what you should get into after. And yes, people do say that you should farm Wyvern for the entire team, and that is true, but that does not mean that the PvE grind stops at Wyvern. In fact, Wyvern is basically the first PvE major objective or goal that you should have. And then after, it's really important to use that Wyvern gear to branch out into other PvE content, because other PvE content will give you other sets, more resources to use to pull for more units, and even access to, more like content. So the biggest thing you want to do after getting your Wyvern 13 team done is make sure you farm Wyvern regularly. Like right now there is the hunt event, if you guys didn't know. It is going to be over by the time this video drops, but in the future, if you guys do see this, 50% crafting materials drop for hunt. This is announced I'd say like every month or so, sometimes more often, but they have an event where you get extra mats from hunt and extra gold. So you really want to take advantage of this event, because this is the best monthly event in the game for progressing your account, because gear, which is obtained from farming hunt, is going to be the biggest limiting factor in your progression for Epic 7. So let's say you have your Wyvern 13 team done, right? So for instance, for me, right, my Wyvern team is going to be a one-shot team, so I'll have Singelica, SSB, Karen, and Sigrid. But for most players, right, your Wyvern team is going to look something, let me do it over here real quick so I don't mess up my teams. But your Wyvern team will probably look something like this, right? You guys probably have like Sigrid, Angelica, where's my Furious? Maybe like Alexa, right? And Furious, right? And if you're like a super free-to-play player, I guess not super free-to-play, but you didn't pull for Sigrid because you got lazy, then maybe like this, right? It doesn't make too much of a difference whether you have Misty Chain or Sigrid. Like this comp you see in front of you right now is the most free-to-play accessible comp, because all 4 units are free-to-play, and you don't need, any 5-star unit or 5-star artifact to make it work. But let's say this is your Wyvern team and you have this on farm. What do you do next, right? So you really want to make sure you're farming Wyvern. What I mean by that is you want to make sure you do every day your reputation tab at the bottom. You want to do this 3 Sister Diary, fill out all the quests, right? And make sure you claim the reward. You want to use your Labyrinth tokens in Labyrinth or Raid. You want to make sure you do Automaton Tower, which I haven't done yet, and Hall of Trials. And do your Biz Floors and, farm Spirit Altar if you really need to upgrade stuff. While also farming, your Arena Flags and Arena, which I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, but I have 158. I've just never gotten around to actually, spending them all, because I don't really have that much time. But yeah, I'm just camping Champion 5 anyways. My defense is fine, which I cover in a different video if you guys are curious about arena defenses. But yeah, make sure you're doing your dailies, right? If you guys don't know what to do every day, I have a video out covering the dailies. I'll probably release another video covering dailies more in depth, because I think that video is kind of outdated. But yeah, make sure you do your dailies. And then after that, your excess energy that you can buy from the shop, right? If you guys didn't know, every day you guys should be buying this extra energy over here. You get the shop energy. I didn't buy it yet actually today, so let me just buy this now. But yeah, you want to buy both these, Conquest and Friendship, right? You want to use that for your dailies. And also, while you're doing your dailies, you want to make sure you're collecting your web browser event energy, right? You want to collect all of these, which I haven't yet either. So let me do this right now. So you just collect all 4 of them. And you want to make sure you do this every day, because it's just free energy. And energy will basically equate to gear, because that energy you get, all that excess energy that you use after using your energy for dailies, you're actually going to use in Wyvern Hunt, especially for early game. Now later on, you can change the hunt up. You can do Banshee Hunt or Azimanak Hunt, but make sure you use all that energy for Wyvern Hunt, right? Especially when your Wyvern 13 team's running. Then after that, what you want to do is start prepping for Raid. Now, the reason why I recommend Hell Raid and normal Raid before you get into another hunt is because in Hell Raid it drops 88 gear, and there's going to be gear in the shop, which I could go inside and show you, but this is going to be quicker. So if I go to level, you'll see there's 88 chest pieces, these immunity chest pieces, which are very nice. Now, immunity set isn't as important nowadays as it was before. It's still very good for defense teams and for PvP in general. If you're struggling with PvE content still, you can also buy some of these swords. These speed swords are very nice. The subs are always max rolled, and it'll roll like a level 90 reforged piece. So you don't have to worry about it not being able to be reforged, because it technically comes reforged, because it's a level 88 Hell Raid piece. Yeah, these pieces are very nice. It's another source of gear, and the stats you can get from first time killing the bosses are actually very, very nice, and the shop pieces are going to be extremely valuable to you guys early game. So get into your Hell Raid team. I have a Hell Raid and normal raid guide up. You really want to make sure you focus on raid right after Wyvern. There's a lot of key units you want to build, but for example, if you guys want just a quick explanation on what to build, I'd say like build like what am I trying to say? Adventure Ross. Get his specialty change done and get it in this tab here. You'll see Adventure Ross here. Make sure you get him done and 6-star him. Angelic Montmorency is also a very good option. Arbiter Vildred if you have him. SSB if you have her. None of the collab units should be a priority for your early game players because they're going to be only really used in PvP. But you really want to focus on PvE units that can be used in raid. And like I said, I have a raid guide up on YouTube if you want to check it out to see what units to build. And you really want to get through raid. And the best part about getting through raid is that while you're doing raid, guys, and you're building your units, you're going to see that a lot of those units can be used in Azimanak hunt as well. So for example, for raid, right, you can use, I have Green Vildred here, but you can use Arbiter Vildred in raid and in Azimanak. Adventure Ross is very good in raid and Azimanak. Tamarin as well. If you don't have Tamarin, you can use Angelic Montmorency. Very good in raid, very good in Azimanak. In your last slot, right, you just need like another fill-in unit, right? You can just use like a 5-star Issaria, right, which doesn't really require that much investment because it's only 5-star, right? You don't have to get 5-star dogs and spend all that time with catalyst farming and stuff for that, like that, for 6-star awakening and stuff. So it's a very easy fill-in for the last slot, and right away, right here, you just have your Azimanak team, right? Let's say my Vildred was like RB, Tamarin was Amomo, and you have these units, it's fine. If you don't have Issaria, you can use a lot of other units in place of Issaria. Like I said, I have an Azimanak guide up as well if you really want to look at what units you can use, but there's a lot of units that can fit most roles. Now, a lot of people actually try to get into Abyss right after Wyvern because they see the one-time rewards that are crazy. Don't do it, guys. Just go up Abyss very slowly as you can. Like, I'm still on 100. I just have not bothered since it got 110 got released, and now 120's out. It's just something you want to do in your free time, especially early game, though. You want to make sure you prioritize other things first. Now, the progression that's common is going to be, like I said, Wyvern first, and then into raid, and then into Azimanak, and then into Banshee. So a lot of people like to get into Banshee right after Wyvern. Let me tell you why it's bad. It's bad because building a one-shot team is very, very hard. So you'll see this is a one-shot team. If you ran a standard team, that's not a one-shot team actually, the runs take like 6 minutes, right? And sometimes if you're running certain comps, you can actually run into an infinite loop where the battle will never end because Banshee has a mechanic where she heals. So what happens is you're just wasting so much time, whereas if you wait till you have Wyvern on, or not Wyvern, Azimanak on farm, right, and you'll see from Azimanak hunt what you get, you actually get a rage set, and you need the rage set on your one-shotter to make the gear requirement slower to one-shot, and then you can start farming Banshee after once you have your rage set on your one-shotter, once you've pulled more units for your one-shot team, and also once you have, the speed gear and crit gear on your wave 1 one-shotter for Banshee as well. But yeah, Banshee also will require units that you need to pull for later on, like Charles, right? It's very, very important. Like any other one-shotter, like Baiken, Ram, Euthene, or Valen, right? Even Rimuru can be used, but you need to pull for those units, whereas Azimanak can use a lot of free-to-play units, same with Raid. So you want to go from Wyvern into Hell Raid and Azimanak, and then into Banshee. Now, I hope this video helped you out, guys. Now, I know this might not be information for a lot of you players out there, but keep in mind that there's a lot of new players coming in with the new Tensor collab, so try to bear with me when I'm trying to re-explain things that you guys have already learned in the past. As always, guys, if this video helped you out, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace!